The path. Oh, is this... Oh, is this how we're gonna get our mount, hopefully? In this? It's always good to see you at the at shelter, Ron. You will be pleased to hear I have finished reading Tagor's Living Scriptures, and it was just as illuminating as we had hoped. There are more good tidings as well. Tobler spread word of our work throughout Warlords Echo, and another Hokuoi has joined us, ready and eager to contribute. He brought with him a stone golem, which our people used in ancient times to build the very settlement that stretches below us. I am unfamiliar with their workings myself, but I know that long ago some among us could bend stone to their will. I hear the golems can work without tiring, making them perfect beasts of burden. For despite our strength, even Yokoi will require rest. But with a golem at our disposal, we can make progress towards our goal day and night. You want to see it in action? Yes, I would be happy to show you, but it is ancient and must be tested thoroughly before we set it to work. For now, allow me to show you the scripture and share with you what I learned about the pack. Come with me, will you? Alright. Oh, it is. Oh, a lot more built now. I'm going to be butchering names and places throughout this entire thing. Once I found the threads connecting the glyphs on the scripture to those on the nearby pillars, I was able to piece their stories together. They told of Dartagor's life here and of course the pact. Apparently, the close bond Dartagor's forebears came to share with the spirits was formed almost entirely by chance. It was food, wasn't it? You see, the Yokoi living here drank a corn liquor called Kirkair to warm their bodies against the cold. One particularly frigid day, they noticed the spirits lingering about near where the liquor was stored, drawn by the scent of the drink. Thus, the Yokoi made their first offering. When this had to happen, the once temperamental spirits became complacent almost at once, friendly even. In fact, they started visiting often, regaling the Yokoi with their strange games and charming antics. Eventually, the altar was built, and the pact was performed to serve the spirits their favorite libation. Over generations, their bond deepened. But each generation of Yokoi numbered fewer than the last. Nora saw her family depart one by one until only she remained. Even so, she was not lonely. Her parents lived on in her memory, and the spirits were by her side. The scripture contained vivid scenes of her frolicking in the snow with the spirits, and them gazing up at the moonlit sky together. One passage was dedicated to the time she and the spirits saw the frost booms. The flowers blossom only rarely, and Dr. Gore plainly cherished the moment. But then the stories end so suddenly because she... My apologies, Ronald. Her absence pains me, but this feeling means she is yet with me, and that is enough. You know, her scriptor has shown us the way. An offering of Kukurier is sure to calm the spirits once again. Nobler manages our foodstuffs. He should know how soon the corn liquor can be ready. Let us ask him, Ronald. I haven't heard of Kukurier before, but it explains the corn's odd flavor. It was never meant to be eaten. We recently found a ruined building, and I thought it might have been a kitchen or something of the like, but now I'm thinking they made the drink. A distillery? A brewery? Has given us a gift, truly. We know what to restore next. The golem would help us complete that task much faster. And its testing should hopefully be done by now. We should go check on them. This will actually be my first time seeing a golem with my own eyes. Another new experience for which I have Dr. Gore to thank. Look at her. Fuffarar's spirits seem lighter than ever. Or must be proud. I hear they say they were testing the golem on the outskirts of Warlord Echo. You're in for a sight, Ronald. Best get going before you miss the show. Alright. Uh-oh. You keep moving in, that's a wall. Mm. 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 It looks like a war machine. That's a weapon, not a golem. You recognize our new stony friend. Have you encountered one of these before? We fought them in Yak Tyrol. Why, is there any corner of Tyrol that does not bear your footprints? This golem was apparently built for building, so we need not worry about being attacked even if it was moving. Are you sure? Because that doesn't... won't be moving until we have what we need. This is the fresh volunteer I spoke of. And although he was kind enough to bring the golem, it appears something is lacking. Tell us what it is, perhaps we can help. Something wrong with the parts that make it move. Tell me, what do you know about the golems? Only that they were used long ago. Never had a chance to see them build. Warlar's Echo. I would very much like to hear more about them. However, perhaps even Ron here would learn something new. Very well. I take it even a youngling like you knows that some Yokoi were masters of the stone around us. And although many now know them as machines of war, true purpose was to shoulder the burden of physical labor. They built our houses, paved the ground beneath our feet. The secrets of stone were passed down through generations, and my forebears were proud of what their knowledge had provided our people. But then we foolishly went to war. The servants we had used for creation were instead outfitted to destroy. The golems were turned into weapons. When peace came again, we looked to less cumbersome and dangerous tools. The golem fell into disuse and gathered dust in storehouses. When I heard of your work here, I knew it was a chance to prove their worth once again. I bought this golem all the way here to own my own, but the long years haven't been kind to its delicate parts. I think I understand. You require replacements, yes? Right. And spare parts aren't exactly easy to come back, so we'll have to make them ourselves. If you tell me what you need, I can ask one of our artisans to make them. You must swear not to use them as weapons again. Believe me, I couldn't do that even if you asked me. All its armaments have long since ceased to function, and I have not the skill or desire to repair them. My best guess is that the energy transmission components in our golem are worn out. To make more, we need parts that are highly conductive to magical energies. That should get it moving. You know, I think Warfarer can help us out with this problem. Come, Ronald. Let us see if he can procure the materials we need. I hope the next expansion has simple naming conventions. Seems like every expansion we go into, it's just the naming stuff, the names and stuff get more and more complicated, and it's like, now it just looks like you're just bashing your head on a keyboard, and then it's like, that's the name, that's this person's name now. Good news, Ronald. Warfortar was able to use his connections to provide us with highly conductive materials. Oh, really? There should be enough to make components that will enhance the flow of energy through the golem's body. Can I count on you to craft them? If you need a resupply of materials, just ask for her again. Good luck. Ronald, if we can get the golem working again, we'll have both the brewery and the altar fully restored in no time. Oh, I have to do a... I think I can use Train Eye to get full quality. Yes. Can't say I don't know how to craft in this game. I sadly don't. I have to use macros and stuff for it. For all the advanced stuff, I have to. That's the end of this quest. Really wait to see. Ah, fantastic work. Although I expected no less. Still to think you could craft the perfect replacement or part for a mechanism so ancient. Truly, your imagination astounds me. While you were doing the creative part, we managed to find some stone, which should help patch up some of the other wear and tear. Return to the keep. Assuming everything goes to plan, then our long project will be as good as finished. There's one more society quest for all of them though that I have to build up to. Should probably take about almost 2 weeks to get in. My world is that on? There we go. Look at that. Oh. Look at what everyone's hard work has achieved. The golem, too, was every bit as helpful as we had hoped. The breathless altar is restored at last. Now we only need to wait for the cookier to ferment, and the pack can begin. Until then, there are plenty of odds and ends to wrap up. By the way, Ronald, would you like to share a drink with me when it is done? Would I be able to drink that? Of course, the first batch will be used for the ritual. But I see no harm in a little indulgence in it afterwards. Nothing is sweeter than the fruits of one's labor, after all. Of the Kukura house and Breathless Altar. Zigora, the opened arms, has been restored to its former glory. Keep assisting for Harar to ensure a successful pact that will restore peace to the Parknets. Ugh, the Muggles were annoying, honestly. You couldn't even get anything done with them half the time. Honored. Oh, now we can buy them out. I just realized that. Winners won. No, not Mender. It's Word Exchange. Oh, no, you can't buy them out yet. Oh. I can buy a lantern. Which looks kind of cool. Oh, it's not even time. Yeah, with that. Oh, God, that's 2 weeks, I think. That's like a week and a half, at least. Let's do this. What is this one? I need to be a fisher. Because I'm leveling Fisher up right now, so I might as well just use this as a way to do it. Because this is the Gathering Society. The Bone of Bonua. Just look at our crop stores, Ronald. Mamuk now has a choice when it comes to food. We never could have seen this day if not for your help. Yay. We can still do better. More can flourish yet. And I just know it. As passionate as always, I see. Well, I wish I could agree with you. I'm afraid we may be reaching the extent of our crop variation. Currently, this forest restricts us in 2 ways. 1, the meteorite's unique ether. And 2, a distinct lack of natural sunlight. crops that can grow under both these conditions are unfortunately limited. Removing even one of those restrictions would certainly increase our options, assuming such a feat were possible, of course. We've considered how to let sunlight in before, but it's not as easy as felling a tree or two. If only we could reference another locale that cultivates flora in near total darkness. Like Labyrinthos? Heritage found? That's right. When I was in Toriolo, I heard about what happened in Salani. They say the dome is rife with lightning energies and an endless night lingers over the land. Fascinating, and yet they successfully farm me there? Yuprio's Halo, you say? I have a permit to visit Lextorol. Why don't we go and see for ourselves? I also propose the Recreous Permissions. I also possess the Recreous Position, so I can join you. If we can compare the data of this forest to that of Halo, we may well find a clue relevant to our current conundrum. Okay. I should have said Labyrinthos, because they made... For Labyrinthos, Charlian made an artificial, kind of like an artificial sun, in a way. So, but I don't think we could do that here. That whole Labyrinthos is an entire facility, a massive facility that was built just for the purpose of, like, mainly getting everybody off the planet. It will be a long journey, so we haven't a moment to lose. Lead the way, Ronald. And then we chose to stay back because it's like, no, we'll deal with the problem that's about to show up. Oh. To think the sun once shone so brightly here. It's a different sort of darkness than that of the Jatika heartland. With lightning expected ether this dense in the atmosphere. It's little wonder that thick thunder clouds obscure the sky as they do. I could probably stand in awe of this place all day, but we have a duty to fulfill. We need to ask the residents here about their farming techniques. We're ready when you are, so just lead the way. Oh, I have to talk to them. Let's have a look around. So these towers act as an artificial sun for their plants? It's not just that, but it's also water. Far smaller than what we have in Labyrinthos, but no less effective for the growth of crops. Oh, as you can see, we grow crops in circles at Halo. The reason is simple. This contraption converts lightning aspect energy to create an ideal environment for our crops, from humidity and lighting to temperature and soil quality. Our little farm has caught your fancy? We blame you. Keeping crops alive and embryons These is no small feat, if I do say so myself. We use electrope equipment to supply our plants with the nutrients and light they require. The key to good farming is understanding the unique needs of each species, after all. Oh, these folks have worked hard to achieve the impossible. I'm all the more inspired to do the same. That said, will be nothing but a bother if we stand around here. Let's regroup and discuss our next steps. Jeez. I forgot. I forgot how insane this place is when you're outside of Solution 9. I thought I'd learn a decent amount about the outside world after leaving my mom. But I still don't know half of it, do I? Thanks for guiding us here. This trip was well worth it. Indeed, we could never develop such infrastructure overnight, nor can we discount the difference between heritage found in the Jutica heartland. However, the knowledge that aspected ether may be converted into something equivalent to natural light is invaluable. We may not possess this electrode, but perhaps magics can achieve a similar effect. The Bonawa are peerless when it comes to magic. Let's head back and ask Kajil. He's probably missing us about now. Hold on a moment while I fetch Kajil. Alright. I Ravaja explained your idea. If you're looking to achieve the impossible with magics, shouldn't you speak with our mightiest practitioner instead? You don't mean what? The Autotark? The Autotark? He's different now, and he wants the best for this gainery, same as anyone. I'm sure he'd help if you asked. Mm. But I left. Surely I'm little more than a traitor in his eyes. He's changed his ways. You were instrumental in freeing Momok from the shackles of blessed siblings. I guess you'd know better than most. If your mind is made up, shall we request an audience? Masterful work. Art. Just the other day, my wife bought me a sample of from your harvest. Oh, I believe how flavorful it was. Thank you. It is an honor to receive such kind words. I hear that you require a Bonewell's expertise. Yes, we were hoping to create light here with magic and grow an even wider variety of crops. We made a journey to Ypsilanti by Ronald's guidance to study the agricultural techniques of heritage found. The harsh climate there is constantly obscured by dark clouds, yet by way of special devices, the farmers create artificial sunlight enough to maintain healthy beds of crops. Instead of devices, we thought Boneywa Magics might achieve something similar. Do you think it's possible, Ark? Weaving illusions into reality is indeed possible for us, but you require more than simple light, yes? No. It is as you say, the light in question must deliver properties necessary for a plant's nutrition and appropriate levels. I'm happy to explain in details if you believe such a feat can be achieved. It can. The magics will require eligible vessels, however, created from material replening energy. Understood. We'll procure whatever you need. Mm. He's cooperating. It really has changed. Anyway, we need to gather materials for those vessels. Marsha said rich in energy, so I know just the thing. Meteor fish from Kenote Jaruna. You can't get more concentrated energy than that. They'll bite easily enough if you use golden stone flying nymphs. This all comes down to you, Ronald. Bring us what we need for the vessels, and take care of the rest. Oh, we gotta go over here. Whee! Look at the bird. What? Oh, that's a hunt. That's what that is. You don't want to mess with that. Oh, man. People calling me, and I'm like, they're gonna have to wait, okay? People need to wait. I'm in the middle of this. Because if I stop, I'm gonna get distracted and then never want to finish it. Did you find what we need for the vessels? Yes. Have a meteor fish. Perfect. This is good concentrated energy. I'll bring it to the Arlton and we'll get started right away. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that the only problem I have with this? Is do they have to stay there forever to do that? Ooh, watermelons. Such remarkable magics. These lights illuminate our granary as though it was midday. You may have noticed Guatemala's latest edition. I don't know how Roja and the others found time to prepare the kitchen, but it makes readying our yields for consumption much easier than ever. Admiring the kitchen, are you? One day it'll make some legendary dishes, even one to rival Expert Pibble. Yeah. An admirable dream. With passion like yours, I'm certain it shall come to true. If we can make a meal, we can share a meal, just like Guruja did on that battlefield to end an endless war. Creating a dish that brings out Uxbarak's neighbors to the table again. This is my next hope for Kakuma. I hope we become living proof that Momok has changed for the better. Screen refurbishes, so too do Roval's dream for the future of his homeland. Whether Momoko will prove herself capable of restoring relations with the people of Ikbarak, however, remains to be seen. Yep. That should have me. Yep, there's reputation. What a honored. Eat your vegetables. Yes. That's what I need to start doing. Then again, my brothers. I don't even know what she is anymore. Because their relationship is so weird. But I guess it's just. I'll just say girlfriend at this point. She wants to do a carnivore, like a carnivore diet, and I'm like. It's like, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. Okay, so I have these. I have this. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Did it not die? No. Alright, one more air. Now, pillows. Alright, what chaotic thing you need me to do today? Recruitment drive. What am I gonna do? I can't seem to find anyone up to the task. Oh, Mono. You have a wonderful habit of appearing exactly when I need you. I got a problem on my hands. Don't worry, the HG's doing just fine. The Earthenshire tours have been a runaway success, and if bookings stay steady, we'll soon recoup all the recent outlays. Well, that's actually the problem. The upper reaches of Kozumoku are proving too popular. We're struggling to meet demand with our current number of tour guides. I want to address the issue before the burden starts wearing the staff down. You aren't aware of anyone in need of work who knows the range and like the back of their hand, are you? A certain bandit gang. No. I mean the bandits kidnapped Dawn servant Mark Lamont during the Rite of Succession. I'm sure they know the area well, but hold on. You remember hearing about a group of miscreants who turned themselves in to the Landsguard not long after the Ascension ceremony. Apparently they were later released on parole. I suppose if they're willing to atone for their crimes, they genuinely wish to make a fresh start. My inner advocate is clanking away. It says we should speak with them, at the very least. Reduce the strain on our staff, have former bandits give back to the communities they've wronged. Yes, yes. Everyone stands to gain much from a potential agreement. Would you be willing to help track down these bandits? I knew I could count on you. Let's head to many fires and see what we can glean from the locals. Jeez, what the... Whee! We have to go way up. Huh. Hi. Has Mommy heard wind talk of bandits? I'm afraid not. These parts have been peaceful of late. Plenty of time to fish, although I catch a scrawny fisher in the woods not far from Deceiver's Manor. A Tonawado with crazy hair as bright as jiggly shine. Who he is? Ah, you seek news of the bandits out on patrol? Sneaky takers! A lot of them. They spread many bad fellows in the village with their crimes. Cheese was not for them. Apparently they were eye-catched not so long ago. Dreads to think about the inevitable. I hope they've had time to reflect the wrongness of dirty taking and are ready to make an honest living. My goodness, it's you. You came here with Dawn Servant Kalana. Secret information. Alright, see you later, Zero. Seeking information about the bandit that waylaid me. Is there anything I can help you with this time? Oh, you wish to know what happened to Wanasuka and his band of brigands? After all that, well, I gathered they surrendered to the Lance Guard. He even confessed the whereabouts of their stolen goods and everything. He returned to the rightful owners. Returned the rightful owners. Sure enough, the mine merchandise made its way back to me. Apparently, some of their victims were so moved by the gesture that they petitioned the Lance Guard for a more lenient sentence. That's why Val Waclamont granted them parole. I don't know how they fared since, but I've heard nothing to suggest they've been causing trouble. You'll have to excuse me. I must meet with a client in Morocco. I do hope we meet again someday. Any news of our bandits? So they turned themselves in, returned to stolen goods, and are now living in the wilds after being partnered. What's more, they seem to have fall back into old habits. Let's make for the woods to the south. That's where the anglers spotted Ika, right? Hopefully we'll run into him now. Okay. Hang on a sec. I gotta check something. Hmm. Ugh. And they think I'm not cut out for fishing. A man can't live off scrounging berries forever. What to do? You're that salty devil of a sellsword. Listen, I turned myself in and even gave back what I stole. Put that life behind me for good. And Mark wants for me. I I have a proposition. Why should I trust you? You're here to get revenge for the kidnapping, aren't you? I assure you, as my associate says, we really do have a proposition for you. I'm the clue. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get straight to the point. If you're serious about keeping to the straight and narrow and making amends for your past crimes, perhaps you'd like to... crimes, but perhaps you'd like to work with us at the Torley Travel Agency. Works for you, huh? I see your scheme, plotting to haul me off to the mines under the guise of employment, aren't you? Oh, shoot, black hearts. I ate dirt to survive after I escaped. I won't set foot inside another mine while there's still breath in my lungs. What? What? That was unexpected. And all that talk of mines, he seems genuinely traumatized. Ronald, you know what happened to him. Hopefully that way we can clear up this misunderstanding and have a proper discussion. I hate to ask, but could you find Wakisa and bring him back here? He was awfully fast, but I doubt he could have run you. And of course not, because I don't care how fast they go. They'll never mind me here. You full pelt, and yet, what's the use? Listen, I know what we did was inexcusable, but after it came to a head, you know, if an oath to never walk that path again, I won't bother another soul. I'll leave out my days on the fridges. And clear, there's no escaping you regardless. Fine, I'll hear her out and put my fate in hands. I apologize if we frightened you. It wasn't our intention. Are you willing to tell us why you fled? Before we get to it, I want you to be honest. Do you really have a proposition made that doesn't involve dragging me back to those godforsaken mines? Yeah. In that case, I'll be honest with you. Me and the rest of the gang first came here after freeing Extra. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but Charlone's been a hotbed of development since they found blue gold beneath the plains. Among the folks that got their hands on a drilling permit, there were more than a few looking to get rich quick. The kind of despicable bastards who didn't think twice about sending kids into the tunnels. And we worked for the worst of the worst. Day after day, toiling and wasting away, till we died or escaped, we eventually realized. So we smuggled ourselves out in empty ceronium barrels. You can imagine what happened next. That vitriol of a foreman tried to hunt us down, so we fled to Kozamakuka and took it to banditry, as much to conceal our identities as to make ends meet. Right or wrong be damned, we would survive. But when we heard that Dawn servant Walk Lamont spoke of our plight during the ascension ceremony, we decided to turn ourselves in. After a time, she showed us mercy and gave us a pardon. Even so, there's still that fear of what might happen if the foreman or his lackeys were to find us. Thank you for sharing your story and telling me of the struggles you and your friends have experienced. Let me assure you that I do not wish to bind you with contracts or chains. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves, to make an honest living on your own terms. So how about it? How does working at the Turali travel agency sound? That's more than any of us dared hope for, but what if word gets back to the foreman? Shows up to haul us away and we drag you into our affairs. I'll need to look into it to be sure, but I honestly don't think there's much chance of that happening. Thanks to the efforts of the Dust Watch and the Daybreakers. Charlone is no longer the lawless place it used to be. Besides, I've been working on a plan to help reintegrate former outlaws into society. I'll be sounding out the winging of reflection to see if they can't support the initiative. I'm sure the new Dawn servants will give their blessing. Incredible. But you know, it feels like we should be begging you for the opportunity. We burned so many bridges. I'll make damn sure you don't regret this. That said, what exactly are we supposed to do for you? About all we're good for is manual labor and pathfinding. Though I do also know my way around a cook fire for after feeding miners for all these years. Well, this wasn't part of the plan per se, but I think your culinary skills might come in handy. A restaurant on site could be a real earner. As for your comrades, we've been looking for individuals with an intimate knowledge of upstream Kozamakuka, who are also capable of handling themselves. My plan was to employ them as guides turned protectors after a thorough assessment and proper training. I think it's about time we get back and continue preparations. I can meet us back at the agency and Dr. Hoga once he contacts his friends. Oh, we're done. Alright. We did it. After this, I gotta make a phone call, and then we're gonna play another game. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do this for very long. Come back, Ronald. I reached out to the Wing of Reflection, and it was just as I thought. It seems his fears are unfounded. The situation in the Solarian fields have changed dramatically in the past few years. Groups like the Daybreakers have put an end to the practice of child labor, and the Dutch Watch has all but stamped out the violent duels that used to be so common. as for the company you and your comrades work for, they have long since been shut down by the Daybreakers. For its part, the Ring of Reflection is committed to the restoration and preservation of law and order in Shalani. Any new unscriptuous drilling operations are swiftly dealt with. You needn't worry about anyone coming after you. The heavens for that. In that case, we could commit to doing our part and repaying our debts. Decided to set aside some of the earnings and repay folks for all the hurt we caused you. Wonderful, simply wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you on board. All right. We did it. We did it. Thanks to the efforts of Libya and our best advisor, Wakashia and his comrades have agreed to join the Toroi Travel Agency. With this influx of new recruits, the shortage of staff that had threatened to curtail expansion into Earthshire has been resolved. While his former crewmates begin their training as guides, he himself will be devising a menu of delicious local dishes. Head chef of the agency's brand new eatery. Be sure to assist him and his crew of former brigades in their road of rehabilitation. Now I'm hungry. You'll be cheap. Oh, yay! So now we have more stuff? Alright, so starting tomorrow, we get to do the work towards maxing it out one last time, I think. I think what'll happen also is next expansion? No, not next expansion. I mean next, whatchamacallit? Not expansion. Next, patch. 7.4. It'll also open up the culmination of all three of them. To turn. Did we get one for Emhooker? That's my question. We didn't get... Did we not get one for Shadowbringers? Am I just missing it? Alright, so that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna, I need to take a quick break. I need to make a phone call and stuff.